Hi. Do you have like a nickname I can call you?
Adri, you can call me Adri.
Adri, okay.
Yeah.
Sebab Adri nak panjang. I takut like I will stumble when I speak.
No problem.
People right now. Okay. Have you had dinner already? Dah makan?
No, not yet actually.
Okay, we'll do it after this. I haven't eaten, but I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
like a huge lunch today. So, did you go out? Okay.
Have I gone out? Yes, I did. I actually played badminton this morning, so
Oh,
that was nice.
long time. Oh, I miss badminton. Those Malaysian Bingka is unable to join. Okay, let me try to invite her again. Let's get Emmeline in. Okay, let's see. Do you guys have an office? Do you still go into office right now, or are you all working from home?
Emma still does. We do have an office. It's actually in Maduri, so it's quite convenient for all of us because like our suppliers are in Pudu or like in the Maduri area itself, so it's a bit easier. But like myself, I don't really go in because I have two small kids, so I try to avoid going in lah.
I see. Okay, let's see. Managed to. Oh man, it's having a bit of an issue here. Sorry.
No problem. It's okay.
YouTuber. Or can I use or does she have some person unable to join? Okay. Oh no.
Oh, okay. Now it's okay.
Hi, Emmeline. Emma.
Hello.
I can refer Adri and Emma. Okay? Okay. Hi, guys. Okay, so just a quick introduction. Welcome to our Meet the Maker session. So final edition that we're doing in conjunction with Merdeka Month, Malaysia Month, basically, is with Bingka. I think all of you here are very familiar with this brand. So prior to the pandemic, and even now, Bingka products are one of those things that people always buy as souvenirs for. Initially, when we started, the products were things that people would buy as souvenirs for their friends overseas, or when they were traveling, they wanted something that was unique, they would buy that. Foreigners who came to the shop would buy this. But I think over time, what has happened was that saw more and more local people buy products because you made local cool again. You know? We're very, very proud to carry your items as well, to the point that they actually ended up on a lot of people's wish list. Even my sister loves your ramen pouch.
Aww.
And
Oh, that's nice.
carries it everywhere. She's been using it, I think, for the past, 2 years since she got it. She bought it for herself with her first paycheck. So it's a very big.
Wow.
My friends as well, her boyfriend came to the store one day saying that she wanted the pineapple tart. She wanted the pineapple tart pouch.
Mhm.
And then their anniversary, and she's been using it very frequently as well after that.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about Bingka. How did the name come about, and what are your relationships with each other, and then how you got this started?
Okay, so maybe I start first.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, Bingka started out as I would say we wanted to share our love for Malaysia with our friends and family, and we found that there weren't a lot of very good quality souvenirs out there in the market. So like we wanted to show that Malaysia was more than just the Twin Towers, more than just batik, and more than just the orang utan. So there's so much more to our culture and heritage that is not portrayed in our products, even out there in the market. So we could see that there was a niche that we could fill, and we could produce really good quality products and items that people can take home with them, or like if they were to travel overseas and also. when you look at the Bingka product, it reminds you of home. So even if you're like all the way in Sweden or alone in Australia by yourself, watching some wombats and all, when you look at your Bingka products, you remember home, which is Malaysia.
That is true. That is true. It's always like a slice of home that you can bring with. So when you started, what are the kind of products that you were making for your friends and family members? Were they like little pieces or like what were these?
Actually, our first items were the tea towels because it was quite small to produce and quite easy. And then like you can pluck it flat as compared to maybe a bag or a pillow. So it's okay lah, we do a tea towel because like the size is pretty significant that you can put quite a lot of design on it. So it has quite a high impact for a low cost, I would say. High impact and then like low cost, low like you don't have to put so much effort into it, especially in the beginning. Because like Emma, she had to learn how to sew. The two of us, we had to learn how to silk screen print, and we're like, oh, can we do this? Are we sure we can do this?
And both of you started together by hand, so everything was handmade individually. The crazy.
Yes, yeah, in the beginning. So we're like, oh, you know, you can't go more than 3 colors or 4 colors. If not, everything is just going to go like weird, and the print might not turn out that way. So we had a lot of trial and error, especially in the beginning.
But I think that has become the signature of the product. Like that's why every design that you come off is very limited to like, for example, 1 or 2 colors and all that. And that designs stand out more as well. Okay. So that how did the name? How did you decide on the name?
Emma, you can do that.
Okay. The name Bingka. So we started looking for a brand name that we could use for what we were about to do that would sort of encapsulate like what to say. Well, it has to sound local for sure, and it has to sound cute. And what's the third one, Hadri? Do you remember? Forgot.
It's cute, easy to pronounce because like you're exporting the culture overseas, kan? So like say if like someone from Japan were to say it, or some French person were to say it, you don't want it to become like a bit bastardized, so it has to be Bingka, easy to pronounce.
Easy, yeah. And we had a long list of things, a long list of ideas, and in the end we settled on Bingka because it was cute. It was quite short, and also just like the Bingka Ubi, the kueh Bingka Ubi itself, we were hoping that it could be a staple and a classic that doesn't, how to say, go out of style.
It's one of those you go up with, you never.
Yeah.
It was always something that you'll be fond of in your life. Like it's the classic staple, like you go for any like open house events, it's always there. Every loves it as well. Everybody has their... Yes, of course. That's nice. Started that point. Were you all both doing this full time or part time? You guys had
in the beginning it was part time. So like for me, I was working with a developer company. So like making buildings, apartments, houses, that kind of thing. So totally not in line with art and Bingka at all.
Yeah.
What about you?
Freelancing, graphic design. Yeah. And the two of us, we've actually been best friends since standard 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way back. And you know what they always say? Like, never go into business with your friends. How has your relationship been?
Okay lah. I mean, because business is business, so we try not to let it affect our friendship. So like even when we have disagreements, we try our best to like not let it stew, and then we just we talk what's the problem and all. And then when we're talking about things to do with our friendship, like hanging out or things that are just not to do with work, we're fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
So it's very important to separate. So you do.
Yeah, it's very important.
On work basis as well.
Yeah, you have to know that business is business and then friendship is friendship. You can't mix the two. And you also got to trust that even if I might disagree, I also trust that she's doing what's best for the business. even if I think that there might be a better way, but it's always worth a try first. And usually it works out. All this while it's been working out.
Because I think when you've been friends for such a long time, it's the kind of friends where you know what the other person is thinking. You grew up with the same taste, the same preference, same backgrounds and all that. Great, great. So what do you think is the best part about working with your best
friend? I think that definitely like Emma gets me. So like if I have like a certain idea or like a certain thought process of mine, it's like I don't have to go into so much detail. It's like, oh, okay, this is actually what I'm thinking of, or like I was inspired by this, and also she knows it's like, oh, okay, Adri thinks in this sort of way, or we don't have to do so much guesswork in that sense. So we understand each other quite well, and then like you don't have to have like a 3-hour-long meeting just to get our point across. It's like, oh, okay, all the point forms. It's like, okay, this is what we want to achieve, and it's quite straightforward in that way.
Yeah, I'm actually really amazed that the kind of products that y'all have been putting out, the amount of new things that y'all with every other month, that y'all are still such a very tight team, a really, really, really small team.
It's a lot of hard work.
It's a lot, yeah.
Okay. On average, like how many new designs do you come up with? Like this one's for Emmeline, I guess.
Normally we try to plan something every quarter, at least quarter of the year, and then we try and hit the celebrations or the special seasons. So if on average it has to be at least like 6 a year, at the least, it would be more than that.
Okay, and these are like products that in terms of the variety, like what do you choose to put out? For example, every collection, for example, include like a new tea towel design or different pouch every season? Like, how do you choose what design goes with what product, what kind of product?
So sometimes when we start with like an idea, like let's say for Chinese New Year, then we would brainstorm together, and then we try and settle on a certain theme. So let's say, I think one of the themes was pineapple tart.
Yes.
Yeah. Although pineapple tart was designed by another designer who we've been very lucky to have on board for part-time. Otherwise I'd be dead by now. So the whole process would be, we would decide, okay, let's have a pineapple tart, and then we start brainstorming about things we could do. So then there would be, to be accurate, let's go with the Lokam collection.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of our Chinese New Year's as well. So we decided, okay, let's go with Lokam. Let's make orange cute again. So for the Lokam design.
No, because Lokam is, people always see as, it's so Chinese and it's so traditional and all that. Like, give somebody, instead of giving them a box of oranges, now the alternative to give something that represents those oranges, but in the different. Okay, tell us about
it this time. Oh, so for the Lokam design, we decided what I'll do is I would have a ton of references. I would probably spend most of my time on research alone. And then I come up with a few drafts, a few ideas, and then I'd see which one gives me the most feeling, I guess. Like which one I feel can make a really good impact. Like looks cute, looks different, and makes me feel like it gets me into the local mood, I guess. Then I would make a few more detailed drafts, and then I'd take it to Adri and ask her opinion. Then we see like, okay, what good, what do you think might work? And then I would have some color drafts. And then with those color drafts, there would be a ton of combinations. It could be like red and gold, red and yellow, and then I try like orange and green or teals. Then we try and choose the one that we feel best fits the design, but also feels a bit more accommodating for what we feel like our clients or customers would feel when they see it. We do try to experiment and go away from the typical red and gold. But it's very hard to do because a lot of our client base love that like real like in your face red. But for the local design, we were able to use a little bit more unusual, non-typical colors for Chinese New Year.
And I like that you all use teal actually. It's such a very modern. Of course, you want to have like orange. You know that there's like a bit of green, a bit of like tangerine and orange and all that. But I think if you're looking at the younger crowd who want that's all year round, you wouldn't want to be carrying something or using something, displaying something that was too festive either.
Yeah.
Because
That's on our
They
mind.
wouldn't want to tanggung lah, basically.
correct. And then there's always that worry where when you design something, like even on our case, it's like, oh, this one really too China. How can we like dial it down a little? Or, you know, like for example, somebody from a different ethnicity would want to like parade it. Like a lot of people bought, for example, the pineapple bag. If you made it like red with gold, you know, I think that fits the stereotype, the Chinese New Year stereotype a bit too much.
Yeah.
Right? So, but then by choosing a color that was a bit different, that was not Chinese New Year colors at all, I think that people were happy to wear all year round and, you know, show their for pineapple tarts.
Yeah.
So very cool. And because there's only two of you, the design process is cut so much shorter because only a few of you are involved in the decision making.
Yeah.
Well, okay. What has been, so obviously design seem to come very to you. Is that always the case, or is it very difficult to come up with new ideas?
At first maybe it wasn't as difficult because there was a lot that we could explore. But as we go along the years, I think we realized that that bank of ideas will soon start to reduce. Because I mean, after we finish all the quiz in Malaysia, like what else do we hit?
Like now you're like birds already, so you're going into like other elements of territories, uncharted territories.
Yeah.
Do, like snacks, for example, flowers. There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
But people are creating a bank of products, full of like different
Products and designs.
Yeah.
Because I would say that actually even with like if you were to exhaust all the kuehs or all the flowers or all the buildings in Malaysia, there's still many ways to interpret them. So like they might not necessarily be like where you see sebiji building or like sebiji a flower like that. So there's many ways to interpret it. So I think like it's maybe just a matter of the thought process is that how do we want to convey the design, or like what is it, what's the next thing that we want to produce that we could entice people to see our new collection and our new product. So I think that's one of the challenges for me and Emma, because it's just like a Bingka kueh. There's so many ways to iterate it. So it's quite endless, but it's also only just the two of us. So like we also like sometimes pecah kepala, say, what else to do? What can we do? It's like, I think we need some help. What do you people want?
correct. And I think like because even go down to ground to do like activities, because a lot of the artists that I've spoken to say that when you go, for example, when you participate in a bazaar, when you talk to customers directly, you get direct feedback as to what they ideas, suggestions from there. But now that you're just working on your own, designing at home on your own or in the office where you don't see much people, that affected your idea process, and how do you feel like you're productive in lockdown the last few years or not?
Productive? Yes, because it hasn't, the MCO lockdown didn't really change how busy I got. I think if anything, I feel like I got more busier. I mean, that's a very good problem to have, so I'm very grateful for that.
And actually, what the few projects that you had that was very exciting was some of the collaborations that y'all actually had. Like y'all had Uniqlo last year, and then you have recently.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about the projects, these collaborations that have done in the last few years?
For me, I really like the one that we did with BBC, because that was actually our first significant collaboration where we could see like, okay, there's a market for Malaysian heritage and people really appreciate our Malaysian products, but they have to come and look for people like us to be able to convey that message of how much we love Malaysia without it being too corny, you know, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, we want something that's a bit different. We don't want like cuti Malaysia, I love Malaysia, and you want it to be like that it's classy, quirky, and cute. So it's like in that Bingka style of our design, and especially Uniqlo. I really like that because they didn't really give much of a framework for us to work with. They just say, okay, we want Malaysia to be represented in these few designs. It's like we give you free rein because we are not very artistically inclined. So you do what you do best.
That's nice, because then you had the freedom to like express. The designs are really, really good, and we had so many customers who came to us to say that, oh, you know, they purposely had to get their friend because they couldn't travel to Selangor at the time to go and travel and get the done on their behalf. I really done as well in the tote bag, but I just didn't have time to go into KL. I think there was a period where you could travel into KL, but it was just really difficult for us. So hopefully, if that comes back in future, you know, once COVID is over, hopefully, you know, more people can buy your stuff as well. Right. So good. Over the years, do you feel that the designs have changed very much as compared to the first few ones that you've done up to now? Like, are you bolder with the designs that you create? There are some that are classics today that are still very, very popular. Like, for example, this pineapple one. I think the first time I saw this was in a market somewhere, actually many years ago. And then after that, you all subsequently came to us to get us to carry your stuff. And also I was so happy that you did, because I had no idea. So how have your designs evolved?
Oh, through the years, I think what I've learned is maybe that the limits of what I can push with regards to our printing medium. So I've learned like how thick our lines have to be, how much detail I can get away with shoving into the design, and yet it would still come out in print. And whether like the color combination would work. So I guess in how it's changed over the years is that maybe I've learned that I can have more details in it. I've maybe picked up a lot more like motifs that I can put onto the designs. Yeah, but I think as a whole, not too much. Aside from just details and maybe more in-depth knowledge into like what is Malaysian aesthetics, traditional visual designs, if anything, that has increased that we hope to have more of in our future collections, because it's actually quite a lot that we can portray, but I think I'm still trying to figure out how to balance the very traditional look of it and still make it look more contemporary, more younger and fun, and yet still respect that original look. So that one I'm still figuring out how to do, but hopefully you'll see it soon in the future.
Yeah, that's great. It's true, because a lot of times if you look into the product, I'm sure there's a lot that goes into it. Like, you know, for something to come out like that, even the kind of font you use, it's a tribute to packaging of the olden days. You know, products that you use, when you put all the details of, like, for example, the packaging box with all this, is not just put there for a reason, like they all tie in together as a product. So when you look at all the details, like even what you choose to put around the item and all that, you know, it's very, very intricate. I'm sure a lot of research goes into making something.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
try to make sure everything has a reason and a story behind it, so that it makes the the design more stronger as a concept?
Because a lot of times we hear in a shop, in premise, in a shop context, we hear people see your products, always listen to the stories that they tell their friends next to them. They'll be like, oh, when I was young, I used to eat this. And like
Oh,
childhood memory, or they, oh, this is so cute. I really like this. For example, I like Fruit Loops, for example. And it's that you use rendang loops, so it's like a sort of a pun, like that people really like. You know, this kind of, and this is a brand I feel like people are very proud to carry, as though it's a branded sort of purse. It's like a local LV even, you know, it's one of those things. It's a conversation piece on its own.
yeah.
Tell us more about the material, like how you source your materials, and you know, in terms of like production, like sustainability and all that.
For sourcing, when we started sourcing, we went to as many shop suppliers as we could, and I knew that I wanted to use cotton because I'm personally a fan of the material. I like how it feels. I like the use of it, and I like the sustainable aspect of it. And also at the same time, it was probably one of the more it hit those spots, and yet it was also relatively affordable. And at the time we were making tea towels, so I figured like if it's a tea towel, it better be absorbent more.
That is
Cotton.
tea towels are a very British thing, right? So when you made these tea towels, how were they intended to be used?
Well, it could be as functional as you want it to be. You could use it to wipe out your spills, but at the same time also it's very pretty. So you could use it, or you could just use it as decoration. But it's got that functional factor, so it's easy to justify a little more.
So definitely people are like, oh, you know, if you can't use it, you can frame it up. If you don't want to frame it up, you can use it. Maybe you should buy more.
And everyone could use a tea towel, so yeah.
During Christmas, company dinners, people will buy like 10 pieces, 15 pieces, and they will just give one out to yeah, I like that all your products are cotton, organic. So they're very, because I think what makes a product is also not just the design, but the look and feel of it as well. Like it wouldn't be the same on like PVC or any sort of synthetic material. So I like that the material is, actually most of your items are all cotton, even your bag.
Yeah.
And all that. Would you consider printing on other materials in future?
I think we realized that we would have to start experimenting with other materials in the future, for sure, because we're running out of the abilities of what the products that we can come up with. So that's definitely on the table, and that's something we've been researching and considering lately. Especially now during the MCO, the pandemic has forced us to think of also, what's the word? Expanding?
Yes, expanding. Expanding and alternative products and alternative line even.
Yeah, maybe even if you could do like paper products, I mean, it's still very sustainable as well.
Yeah, that's on the way actually.
Yeah, it's on the way. Coming soon.
Yeah, as soon as I can walk into a printers.
What we can look forward to in the near future from you guys? What are the upcoming things that we can look forward from you? Is there any new collections coming up for like Christmas? In at least like the next few months?
So what's coming up is more botanical driven theme.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's coming up, and it's actually designed by our part-time designer as well. So it's been very exciting for us to watch its development. So it really should be out by Christmas.
We hope so. Fingers crossed.
We're we're working on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
But,
Time.
sorry.
No. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay. And these are going to be in the form of what? Tea towels, bags?
As usual.
We have our usual tea towel bags, pouches, things like that. And we're also now experimenting with paper products. So we once we can get to a printer, we hope we'll be able to bring that new line to life lah, our botanical line.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful. That would be really, really pretty actually. There's a huge demand for paper stationeries and all that. People like greeting cards and all that. They want something more Malaysian that's more unique as well. Great. But speaking of like new and what are the products that in your past collection that you've liked? Like what are your favorite stuff that you've produced over the years?
My favorite is definitely the chap ayam.
Okay,
Especially
yes.
once we finally got to print using gold ink. Yeah, this one is one of our very earliest ones, so you can tell because it's not gold yet. But yeah, so cute, right?
Yes, one of the best sellers up to today from the start of 2018 until now that we've been carrying it, been stocking it.
Wow.
People still really
So nice.
and so size pouches. What else?
Our teacup pouches.
People really love those.
Yeah, and
Love
I'm
that.
really proud of that because it's so cute, and we get really good reactions from all our customers that see it for the first time at the bazaars. And it's always nice to see that.
And it's so easy to use, and I like that you can actually repurpose, like use the handle to clip it onto your bags or your pouches. And the fact that it comes in like is that blue, there's red, and now there's purple as well, right?
Teal.
Purple and
And
pink and
pink.
teal.
Okay, and the designs that are on it are always so intricate as well. Do you have anything to show us?
Yeah,
Like,
I do
Yeah,
actually.
product.
I have some. This one was released earlier this year, but I still want to plug it because it's really cute.
So we don't.
This is a teapot pouch.
The Teco design.
I know, and we got 2 colors so far. And it's so cute.
Yes, and it comes with a mini tea bag as well. So guys, we carry all of Bingka's designs in your lineup. Bingka actually has a lot more designs, which you can find on their website. Can you let us know what your website is? It's
My.
.my.
Bingka.my.
Yeah,
So if you
Bingka.my.
so if you want to go check out some of their other designs, you can go to their website. See it in here. Bingka.m. What are the other products that you have other than the ones I mentioned just now?
Another one worth plugging would be, I think, the ones that have just been released over the MCO period, which is the Nasi Lemak tote.
Yeah, this one is for picnic or groceries. So it's really big
It's a
and
tote bag.
spacious.
It has a tag as well.
Yeah, and it's got compartments inside, a lot of them.
So you can segment them also. This is a great shopping bag, guys. Yeah.
Very much. Yeah, it's become my favorite bag now. And yeah, like the Nasi Lemak collection has all been designed by a part-time designer, Jen. And also, the cute thing is the Nasi Lemak Bento bag. So I really filled it with stuff, but it's this cute little bag that you can put your daily fruits in it, your snacks. I put a lot of fruits inside. Wait. Yeah, but you can put like your little lunch boxes or your snacks for the day. And it comes like this. Plus it's got Nasi Lemak print. How can you say no to that? So cute.
Of course, no. And it has eggs on it as well. Sunny side. That's
So that's I think a few of the latest products that have just come onto our website. This
So
one is not up yet, but I think within the week it'll be up.
Okay, so y'all can go and check back within this week. Bingka at
Yes, please.
Oh,
We've got a promo where it's a 10% off all orders. Plus, we are still giving out free Nescafe coffee for every order.
okay, yeah. If you guys buy from their website, currently they have a promotion, so it's 10% off. When does it end, this promotion?
Oh, it ends at the end of this month because it's in time for Malaysia Day and Merdeka Day. So it ran from August and it'll end in September. So we have half a month left.
4 weeks to go, and if you purchase, you also get Nescafe.
Yeah.
Tell us more about this Nescafe promotion. Is this still ongoing? Can you find the designs? So you recently have this collaboration with Nescafe. So what was this campaign about? As in like, so what is the what is the aim of this campaign? What is the aim of this campaign? Was it to promote like local drinks again, or?
So basically, Nescafe actually approached us to do a design because they were launching 2 new flavors for their Nescafe Kopitiam brand. So I think they had like Kopi O, Kopi C, and also they had 2 new flavors. So together with this launch of these new flavors, they wanted it to come with a new design, with a campaign and all. So they approached us and they said, okay, Bingka, can you please design a tote bag and a T-shirt for us so that we can sell these items together with the Nescafe cans.
Okay.
And then it just so happened that it happened during MCO. So they weren't very sure that the tote bags and the T-shirts would do very well because a lot of people were indoors. They weren't really traveling and all. But after we launched the designs, a lot of our customers were like, hey, when can I buy the designs? I really love the tote bag. Can you buy it? I mean, can I buy it from you? And so I searched it on your website. It's not there. And we're like, I'm so sorry, we don't have it. You have to wait for Nescafe. And then we also were like, Nescafe, hello, like people want to buy. When are you going to release it? No, wait first. So I think it's like they wanted to have that local flair and the touch to the designs of the products rather than just slapping on a generic design or like just putting the pictures of the cans on the T-shirt and all. So they came to us and then they wanted that kopitiam concept to tie in together with the launch of these 2 new flavors. And then that's how we came about with the kopitiam look of the tote bag and the T-shirt.
Oh, so that means we won't be able to get them anytime soon then.
Well, hello Kitty. Well, right now, I think they are available at certain locations and on certain dates at the Lotus Tesco's.
Okay.
I think you can check out one of our posts that details so you can see it, and I think it comes with a promo. So I'm not privy to the details, but you can actually go and get it lah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I put it up in our thank you for that. That was really, really great. I think it's nice to have fun collaborations with like a lot of local brands. It's a way of like bringing to light, brands like yourself. Then what local people of instead of just having a very generic campaign for that. Right?
Yeah.
That's fine. Good.
It was a great experience too. And I like that I could go to town with all the colors because it's digitally printed. Because usually we are restricted by the medium where it's best to keep it to like 2 to 3 colors. So, but for their illustration, I just whacked as many as I could and made it really fun and bright.
Because I was like, that doesn't look like a Bingka design. That's like way too colorful because usually have like 3 colors, like even for your, the most colorful one was your Karaku tea towel. I think of color, but usually on average, I think it's about 3, 4. Are all of your products printed silk screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
So right now they all are. Yeah.
So everyone is done by hand one by one.
manually. Yeah.
Wow, that's even more meaningful than.
It is, yeah.
Okay, that is great. Do you have any more products to share with us?
I think that's about it. Unless you want to talk about backpacks.
Yeah,
We're
we
going to be
can.
traveling soon, right?
Yes.
Well, to
What?
Langkawi, but
Okay. So these
so
are the.
backpacks will be on, I think, are they on the website yet? No, they're not on the website yet, but soon they will be listed on our website and you can get them.
What are
So
the
here,
designs?
we've got one pineapple queen tart,
This is cute.
and then we've got our harimaus.
Oh, the local tiger. Nice.
And they retail about 10 ringgit right now.
That's a
So,
very
yeah.
I can see myself like buying like 10, giving them.
Giving it to all your friends.
And we've got more on the way.
Good. That's amazing. Great. So if anybody out there, okay, I'm just talking to the people watching this live at the moment. If you have any questions, you can actually feel free to type in here and we can ask Emmeline and Adriana. So yes. How have you felt like the last, just on a personal note, how do you feel about this whole thing, the whole pandemic so far? Has that affected your business really also, and your your personal creativity and all that?
For sure.
I think
Adriana, start?
the pandemic, actually I was at a very low point when it first started. And then I was like, oh, can we survive? Because a lot of our peers and like people that we used to meet in bazaars and all, like maybe our friends next to us, they were also selling things. A lot of them actually are out of business. So it was quite scary actually. So like I cried myself to sleep at night sometimes. And then sometimes I told Emma, I said, can we survive this? Can we survive this pandemic? And then a lot of our retailers also, some of them even shut down. So it's like, are people going to still buy our art? And can we get through this? I guess like after that wave passed, and then I picked myself up. I said, I can't really break down because like our team needs us, and then we need to continue to produce these good products, these good designs, because we really need to show the world, we need to show Malaysia, it's like, no, we can do this, we can survive, and we can produce these really good quality designs that you don't see everywhere. And I feel like it's something that it's an opportunity that we've been given, and we shouldn't give up just because of something like this. Because I mean, a pandemic is a pandemic. It's something that is inevitable. You can't run away from it. You have to learn to live with it and adapt. Which is, I mean, how we've survived all these years, all these decades, all these years from like the prehistoric age and until now. So yeah, I mean, we all took a bad nosedive in the beginning, but we have come out of it. Like we learned, it's like, yeah, like we were traumatized, we had our bad days, we fought with each other, but we know that in the end it's for a greater cause, and we have to soldier on, basically.
That's very important, because I think with a brand like yours, there's some form of social responsibility to it as well, because you are coming with designs that represent us. You're representing our culture, our food, our identity, and these are not things that are to be taken lightly, because if you get something incorrectly represented, you get people for that. So yeah, I totally. And then I think that was the worry as well. Like there have been days where we see our friends in the business as well, or even the consignee who feel very, very uninspired to produce new things. You guys are one of the few people that have actually consistently put out designs regardless. I think it's very important to keep that momentum as well as an artist, because sometimes when you stop, the ideas stop coming as well. You know, so
Yeah, it,
regardless if it succeeds very well or if it's so and all that, but you never know what kind of difference your work can make for somebody else. And in a way,
mm-mm.
your products have a cult following. There are people who just whatever new, just want to buy. They want to collect your stuff. So give people something to look forward to.
Aw, that's so
That's
nice to hear.
Yeah, that's very nice to know.
Because I think a lot of artists like you guys, you sell to us retailers and then we do the selling to the direct to customers directly for you. So you don't get to hear the direct feedback of how your products mean to some people, to most people actually. Sure you do like on social media. I'm sure you get a lot of people telling you that. But a lot of artists don't have that first-hand experience with people, and they feel sometimes a bit detached from the people that they're designing their products for. Yeah, and I'm glad that hasn't been the case for y'all. Like y'all obviously work really, really well together, and we are all really happy for the success that y'all have achieved in this. It's nice to have to be there to watch you all grow better and better. You know, putting up
You?
last few years.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for the support. If like there were
Yeah.
no consignees like you, we wouldn't be able to sell our products.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people don't know. I don't know if we even disclose this, but we will be relocating soon. Actually, I know in the beginning we have plans to have a larger designated area for Bingka products, especially like local products.
Oh,
Right? Yeah, so
Yay.
actually a lot current because right now we're a bit limited, especially during the pandemic coming to the shop, and due to limited amount of space. But we want to really, really highlight your brand, you know, in the near future once we move, which will happen, I think, in 1 or 2 months' time. So, yeah, really, really looking forward. By then, we'll need your help to set up that corner for us as well.
Yeah.
anytime, don't worry.
Carry more bags, definitely, because I think people will start, you know, going out a lot more again and all.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and hopefully one day we will be able to do a collaboration together. Never know.
Yes.
Yeah, we never know.
But for a really long time, I was like thinking, how do we go about this? It would be so cool to have something, you know, that we could share together.
For sure.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, so all the time that we have today, I just wanted to, okay, a lot of people say, yes, Bingka designs are the warmest ones because they remind us of our culture. So that is very, very true. She says she loves how you guys capture Malaysian essence very tastefully and hoping to see you all grow internationally. Where else people can find your product internationally if they're not in Malaysia? Where else do you sell them?
At the moment, we have in Japan. In I think we just sent it over to Hokkaido recently. So that's one, Hokkaido. Seoul, we have an outpost in Seoul, Singapore, and Singapore,
It's Taiwan.
and coming soon. Yes, Taiwan also recently. And coming soon, Dubai if things go well.
Congratulations! It's so nice to see your brand
Thank you.
actually. You guys do
Yeah,
international,
we are.
right?
Pardon?
International shipping for your
Yes,
your
we do international.
okay. People wanted to buy, you know, from a different country, they can just order them directly from you as well. Okay, there's like a few more questions.
Yeah.
Where are you making any journals? Other journals as well in the future?
Journals not yet because we haven't quite found a printer, but we are looking to make stationeries. We're starting on stationeries. So if that goes well, then it will definitely lead to journals and sketchbooks and planners, things like that, which we will slowly expect.
Consider making book covers as well, like, you know, for books and notebooks and all that.
Sure.
Like something like that. I think this would be nice, something that people can carry around every day and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this one is a question that we get in shop. where do we get a frame that fits the tea towels? How do we do this?
Normally we buy
Sorry,
them.
could you say the question?
The towels, what is the best way
Uh-huh.
to do them? Or is there a certain frame that people can get that you recommend?
You might start selling frames soon.
You must bundle together the frame in the top option.
Yeah, I think so. After this, you bundle the
I
frame
have to write
together.
that down.
Usually the frames are from IKEA, actually.
Okay. So they can get them from
Yeah,
IKEA.
Yeah, I think the frame that works the nicest is the one that has like a wooden sort of border around it. Not the black ones, but sometimes the black ones look nice too, depending on the design. But like IKEA frames, yeah, they're quite affordable and you can easily find the size.
Okay. So guys, if you want to look, you can go to IKEA. And I think you know how like Japanese tenaguis, because sometimes they're that size. So they have those sort of formats where you hook it on like one on a piece of wood, another weighted piece of wood at the bottom, just to like stretch it out as well.
Yeah.
That system. Okay. Do you know where to find? I think we've had like a few people.
I think that one you can find on Shopee. Yeah.
I should try Shopee.
Yes.
Because I found it on Shopee once, because we did try to get a frame person to make it for us so that we can bundle it together. But that frame maker that we work with, he was like, no, I don't want to do it. It seems too complicated. So that's why we just we decided to just make the tea towels alone without the frame.
Okay. Because I think the one thing about people is that, oh, I like it, but I don't know how to use it. Or I don't know how to hang it up. So I think that would actually encourage more purchases, like if it was like made together or bundled together.
Bundled together.
Because what we wanted to do was to hang them all from the ceiling, so it would be easier.
Oh, yeah.
They will see, okay, all the designs hung out. Yeah, so that was our plan, like for display, I think a few years back, but then we couldn't find the right hanging frames. I guess we could now DIY them, but I'll look out on Shopee and see. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been so wonderful speaking to the both of you. Very admirable brand, very inspiring works that y'all have been putting out, amazing products, good consistently, great quality from you guys. And I think there's not been a brand like what you've produced actually. I mean, I wouldn't be able, there's not another Malaysian brand that I feel is comparable. What you do is very, very, very unique. And very happy to see a women-driven company thriving and doing so well. I think you guys are really inspirations for a lot of ladies and girls out there who want to start their own thing on their own. Any last words to anybody? Oh, can the bags be hand washed? How do you
Can the
clean
bags be?
Hand
Hand
wash.
You can hand wash them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not too hard, because if not, like the print might come off.
Okay. Great. Do you have any last words for people who want to start their own thing or trying to get through this business, this pandemic? Who own a of their own.
Well, I guess when it comes to starting, I can say that I guess start simple and ship it fast. Because I think the more complicated it gets, right, the more resistance you're going to get, because starting anything in Malaysia is pretty difficult, surprisingly. Just like when we tried to find someone to make our frames, and then we got rejected by the frame maker. That has actually been the norm for us when we were starting out. It was just constant rejection, and we didn't really understand why. Like, I'm giving you a business, but you don't want it, and why is that? So it's really heartbreaking, because they weren't willing to take the time to like discuss with you, cooperate with you, and that's understandably so, because they're busy too. But we had to like really keep pushing against the grain to constantly to get what we're looking for. So I can say is that make it as simple as you possibly can, and then quickly ship it out so you can get really good feedback from your customers and clients. Maybe not yet because now is the time of pandemic, but the sooner you can get feedback, the sooner you can improve on your product, and you get used to that system of and that what's the word? That movement, and then it slowly gets easier. Yeah, but in terms of surviving the pandemic, Aji, you want to take that?
Okay. I think in terms of surviving the pandemic is basically like, especially for the two of us, is just to be consistent. Because like I think what a lot of people had a problem with is that maybe they got into a rut and they couldn't get out of it. So like with us, we just kept doing and making things, even though we didn't feel like it. We were like, I got no mood lah. I feel so terrible. I just want to stay at home and languish, which is I
Yeah.
think the main emotion during this whole pandemic, languishing. It's like you're still motivated, but you're not depressed. You know, you're not depressed, but you don't feel like yourself. So I think like because we were consistent, like you can be motivated, but motivation can only get you so far. And like maybe it will last maybe 1 week, 2 weeks. But if you are consistent, it's like, okay, we have to have meetings, we have to have regular talks. It's like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? And then you have to keep planning ahead so that you are not bogged down by the now, and you know that there's something that you need to achieve the next step, so that you know that there's something to look forward to, I would say. So like even the pandemic now, like if we were languishing this whole 2 years, we would have wasted the 2 years. But instead, we found, okay, there's this opportunity. We can't do production, but we can do design, and we are not bogged down by production so much. So we have more time to do more designs. We have time to discuss more ideas that maybe we were so focused on doing certain tasks, and then now that time has been freed up, and we can focus more on these other things that maybe we have put on the back burner all this while. So that's where we see that opportunity in a pandemic. So I guess like you have to switch your mindset. It's like it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be down and don't really feel like yourself, but you gotta get out of it, and you have to move forward. You can't be stuck there because no one is going to help you out. You have to get out yourself.
Exactly. I think that's really, really, really great advice actually. Because a lot of people feel that number one, their productivity has been hampered because of the situation. They just leave it like one day, like, okay, I don't feel like doing it today, and then I'll wait for things to get better. But the truth is, how long?
No, things don't get better.
Great. So what you say is very important. Like, have a habit, create a routine, commit to it regardless. Get whatever you need to do done, whether you like it or not. Make it a habit. So I think for us also, it's been the same. Like, I knew like a lot, like probably certain designs were not going to sell, or certain things would be very difficult, but we're like, you know what, just do it. It doesn't matter, because sometimes you're not doing it for other people, you're also doing it for yourself, you see.
Yes, especially that.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for spending time with us today, doing amazing things.
No problem.
We look forward to carrying your newer product in the months and many years to come. Hopefully you're going from strength to strength. Thank you so much. So everybody, this is Adriana and Emmeline of Bingka. You can go to their website.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for taking time to join. I was so happy when you said yes. You guys said yes. All right, so you guys have a great Malaysia Day. And
You too.
Yes, happy Malaysia Day.
Happy Malaysia Day, guys. Okay, thank you so much. Good night.
Okay,
Take care.
bye-bye. Good night.